We gotta relax, man. We have to relax. As a community, we have to relax. If you're watching this video, you've definitely seen Sean B's video by now about where he's actually apologizing for pulling another LD5. And honestly, like, who cares? Who cares? If you're one of those people who sit there and complain about him pulling something, you are wasting your time. This is a different video. I guess you could call it like a response video, but really what I'm just trying to pinpoint here is that the community needs to change its viewpoints around LDs and pulling good monsters. Now, let me preference this entire video by saying I think the rates could be better, especially for Nat5s, specifically LDs. I think people spend too much money and don't get a lot of value. That's just my opinion. Let me sort of pull back a second. I don't know what happened over the last few years, especially since like competitive gaming has really transcended into the spotlight, probably because of streaming and like the Fortnite World Cup and things like that. There used to be a time in video games where people celebrated you when you got something rare. I think about like old school RuneScape and WoW. You know, when you would get a mount or a unique item, people celebrated you. Yeah, maybe they were like, oh, like that, you're so lucky, I'm so jealous. But ultimately it was like, hey, you put in the work, you got lucky, congratulations. For some reason, something switched over the past few years where now people are just upset all the time. And instead of celebrating somebody's victories or their drops, you're sitting there rushing to the comments, playing the blame game. If you watch Sean B, I mean, I'm not trying to glaze anybody here, but like seems like a nice guy, you know, like he reaches out in the community. He's always willing to talk to his chat. He shares videos daily. Like he puts in the work, and he's apologizing for getting another LD. Now I get it. He says himself, he says himself, he thinks that his rates seem a little sus, or he's starting to think that his rates are a little sus. But I mean, that's the way video games have worked since their popularity has risen in the last decade. People who are big creators in a space get treated differently. Take a look at Fortnite streamers, take a look at Call of Duty streamers, take a look at WoW streamers, take a look at any big streamer. When a new game drops, all the people who are playing Marvel Rivals now, they get treated like gold. And they get paid a lot of money. And I'm not saying Sean gets paid a lot of money. I'm just saying that he is a notable creator in the space. So if they turned up his rates, so what? He plays the game a lot. He contributes. He builds a community around it. That's how it goes. You also have to remember he's in the spotlight of the game. So his account might pull a lot of LDs, but think about all the accounts who don't stream, who only compete in RTA, who don't have a YouTube channel, who pull a lot of LDs. There are, for every person who's in the spotlight pulling an LD, there's 30 other who just you have no idea about and are on, you know, the Asia server pulling one a day. It's just the way the game goes. But because he's in the spotlight, of course, that makes it seem like he gets a lot more. I could say the same thing. I don't have a ton of LDs, but on stream I have Laura, and on stream I pulled Dark Gojo. So, you know, I get it. People might be like, oh, you're kidding me, I haven't had an LD. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. The other thing that he speaks about is, you know, people who spend money and are upset that they get nothing. I agree. If you're spending a lot of money on this game, there has to be some sort of pity system, because for them to take advantage of you to just constantly spend money because they know you will is predatory. That's why they call it a gacha game. So the people who spend money have a right to be upset, but that brings me to my last point, which is if you're spending a lot of money on this game, stop. It's it's the same way gambling works, dude. If you sit there and you win, it's easy to go back. If you lose, you're always you're just right there. It's the same way gambling works and fucks with your head. You know how you get Calm to Us to listen? You stop spending money. If everybody in the community didn't spend money for a month, Calm to Us would give us whatever we wanted. It's the way boycotts work. It's how their business stays afloat. So I don't know. I personally think that like the fact that the guy had to sit there and give like sort of a heartfelt speech, like he's with his nephew and the nephew pulls the LD5 and now he's like, you know, he says it himself. He's like, yeah, like, who cares what these people say? But eventually you hear it every day. That's going to start to fuck with your head. And it's, I don't know, it's just a shame. It's a larger picture. It's a larger issue with gaming in general. And it's just, you gotta, like, we have to chill. We have to chill with it. So, you know, can we just like bring back the idea that if you get something good, you should be congratulating? And people say, oh, like bots, you know, like, all right, I don't know what to tell you. People sit there because there's an economy for selling accounts. Don't buy accounts and there won't be an economy. You know, it's all about supply and demand. I, for one, think it's great. He pulled a most coveted unit. That's awesome. You know, I hope you get the next one you want too. But if you're one of those people who's sitting there rushing to Reddit being like, you're never beating the allegations, chill. That's my 2 cents. I figured if I'm going to be in this community and make content, you know, I want to give my opinion. So let me know if you agree or not, and I hope to catch you in the next one.